Yo, in this video,
Great offers deserve great edits. Edits that generate you money. Great edits are the border that separates mediocrity with excellence.
let's get straight into it. So in the edit page of Davinci Resolve, we're going to create a new timeline. Uncheck project settings, 30 frames per second, and use vertical resolution. Create that. This is a clip which we are going to be replicating. Go to effects, the fusion composition. Make sure the fusion composition is about the same length as the clip. Delete the clip. Open your fusion composition in the fusion page. In the fusion page, you have this. We're just going to bring our clip here and name it F2 Real. Take that to the first viewer here. So first thing we see is it's a white background. So get a background node, connect the background node to your media out and change the background color to white. So if we can then arrange this like down here, then if you go to like frame 20, if you look at it, you see the great offers deserve. Get a text node. In the text node, I'm going to write great. I'm going to change the font to Helvetica at bold. I'm going to change the color to black and connect it to my background here. It's going to give me a merge node. So I'm going to come to the one here, Control G, come to this one, Control G. So I turn on the guides. Now I have to increase the size of this text and then take it to the side like this. Make sure it's just about the same area. I think I have to increase the size a little bit more. Here I'm going to get another text node, change the font to Times New Romans and use bold italic. I'm going to write offers. I'm going to connect it here, come to the text, pick the color from here. Good. I'm going to increase the size till about what I need. I'm going to arrange it like that. That's kind of works. So I'm going to Control C this one, Control V here. I'm going to connect it here. In this text, I'm going to write deserve. I'm going to reduce the size to 0.08 and I'm going to take it just down here. Go to shading and change the color to gradient color, and you see it looks different. Now if you look at it, we have to animate all of them. So we should go to frame 0, come to this first merge here, keyframe the blend value and take it down to 0. Go to frame 6 and take the blend all the way up to 1. Go to frame 9 and go to mesh 2 and take the blend value down to 0. Keyframe that and go to frame 16, take the blend value all the way up to 1. Go to frame 17 and add mesh 3, keyframe the blend value and take it down to 0. Then go all the way to frame 22 and take the blend value all the way up to 1. If you look at it now, we have to make it move. We can't add a transform node here. If we add a transform node here, it's going to make the scene move with the background. So what we're going to do is we're going to select these 3 texts and the merge node, hold down shift and disconnect them like that. Then you get a background node, take the alpha value down to 0, connect the background node to this merge node and connect this merge node to your background. Then select this mesh node, add a transform node. Like with this transform, we can then shift it like that without shifting the background. But before that, we're going to select this one, take it all the way up and shift space, and we are going to add glow to that. We're going to reduce the glow size. See about there, and reduce the glow and something like that. I think it works. In this transform, we're just going to reset everything. Go to the frame where it's kind of like sits. At frame 25, keyframe the center X and Y value of the transform node. Go to frame 50 and take it all the way out of the screen like that. Yeah. Then go to spline, select all. You can then hit S and just ease out just a little bit like that. Then you can go to, if you look at it, you see that it has motion blur. So go to motion blur and check motion blur. Just add some motion blur to that, about 8 and 230. But if you have a low end PC, you can leave it for now. When you're done with the animation, then you can add the motion blur at the end. Come to this spot on the screen, uncheck high quality, uncheck motion blur and check auto proxy. That's going to reduce the playback mode. So if we play our animation now, we have, I think we have, yeah, good. So I have 3 clips of short kind of videos that I have made. So I'm just going to bring them into our node tree like that, and I'm going to, for each one, I'm going to get a transform node. I'm going to take it to the side. This is what we're going to do. We're going to get a background node. Remember, always get a background node so that take the alpha value down to 0. Connect your background node to your, connect your transform node to your background node. Then connect the second one and the third one. So if we take this one to the viewer here, change the size of in the transform to 0.3. Yes, and then you're just going to move the X value to where it fits. Let me take it to where the value is at the center, where it kind of stops moving. I think around frame, and if we connect this here, it's gonna show it like this because there is the background is white and that is white. That's why. Now as we have done this, we need to add a transform node here. The transform node is going to control the movement of this. You see it's coming from the left to right, so we're going to select this merge and add a transform node. This transform node is going to, let's just arrange this. So let's see where we have to keyframe it at frame 60. We have to keyframe the center X and Y value, and at frame, it goes out at frame 30. At frame 30 we keyframe this one and take it all the way out of the scene like that. And then if you continue, okay, we're going to see that at frame 65, keyframe it again, and then go to, let's see where it kind of moves out. Good. Frame 19, frame 93. So at frame 93, let's just say 95, we're going to ease out a bit. At frame 93, keyframe this one and take it all the way up, like that. Cool. So if we take this one now to spline, we're going to just zoom to fit. Make sure you select the first two, hit S, and arrange the QF like that. Select the last two, S, arrange the curve. So we have gotten that out of the way. Then you see that generates we have to create this. Yes, these lines coming out, these lines, right? We are going to create them. So in order to create them, we get a background node, get another background node, connect this background to this one, take the first value down to 0, and we are going to get a polygon mask. We're just going to come here and see where it is at full length. Okay, when it's at full length, we're going to click here, hold down shift to make a straight line for this one. Good. we can come to the polygon, uncheck this animation and use maybe 0.2 border width. If we take it to, we can connect this here. 0.2 does not. Let's use 0.05. Now we have that. So what we are going to do is we are going to animate this stuff. If you see, it comes in at frame 60. So at frame 60 we are going to have to keyframe the length and the center. So we are going to take it down here so that it starts from here. And we're going to take the length all the way down to 0. Make sure at this level you keyframe the level, go 1 frame backward and take the level down to 0. Then go, that is frame 69, make sure the level is 0. Okay, so at frame 60 the level is 1. If you look clearly, you see a dot here. Now we need to go to where it's kind of like full length. Yes, frame 85, which we take the length to 1 and then we take the center X all the way up. Take the center X all the way up to like that. And if you do that, we go again. Okay, it comes at that level and at a frame 100. Or let's say go to frame 105 and take the length all the way down to 0. And make sure at frame 105 you keyframe the level value, go to frame 106 and take it down to 0. So if we play our animation now, we have this. Good. Now we have to take this one up to our spline here, uncheck the level. We don't need to smooth that out, and then let's first of all just select all and hit S, so everything is smooth now. So what we need, in order for us to have, we don't need to create three of them. All we need to do is, what we will do is disconnect this one from here, take the output of your background, connect it to this output of this merge. It's going to create a new merge here. Get down the output again and connect it here. It's going to create a third merge. You can then bring this one to the center here, like that, so that, and in this second merge, so you can take this merge 12. If you are following along, you will have merge 12. You can go with merge 12, take it to this side, see that bar like that, and you can rotate it, the angle, to about 20. Good. Then you go to mesh 12, take it to the right like that, to about here, and rotate it to the opposite direction. That one, the first one was plus, this one is negative. Good. And now you don't need to create 3, you just have to create 1, and the animation goes for the rest. That's it. So if you take this out, if you take our media out, you see, boom, we have 3 exact same thing. So if you do this, you have this and that, and you see it disappears. So if you look at it, you have this text that edit that generates you money. So we're going to just quickly do that. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to get a text from here, maybe this one, no, this one, Control C. I'm going to come here, Control B, Control V. I'm going to get a background node. Always get a background node, then the alpha value down to 0. Connect this one to this, connect the text to this one. Make sure you're viewing the text. We're always building from here, so we're going to change this text to that generate, and we're going to first of all reduce the size to maybe about 0.1. Nope, maybe let's use 0.4. Good. We're going to move it to the side like that. Maybe we have to reduce the size again. We're just going to reduce the size to about 0.2. Good. So we can take it to this side like that. Take it to this side, and then we're going to go to the text. Come here. You see that this other one has this color. We're just going to go to where the color is. We can pick the color. So it has this color. What we're going to do is we're going to right click here, character level styling, and we're going to select generate. Go to modifier. Make sure you're in the modifier tab. Pick this one and you pick the color for me here. Good. All right. So the next thing you want to do is this hue. Why didn't I write that generate hue? Because if you see this opacity animation for hue, so what we're going to do is we're going to get this text, Control C and Control V. We're going to remove everything, remove this animation, and I'm going to write hue. We're just going to copy, connect it here, and make sure we are viewing this, and take this, go to layout, take this to the side like that. Good. Now if we look at it, okay, you see the money appears, so we get money, get a transform node, connect the money to the transform node, and make sure you're viewing this. So we're going to reduce the size of the money. I'm just going to arrange these things at frame 100 so we don't have to do it over and over again. So I'm going to reduce the size. I think 0.6 is okay. Yep. And I'm going to take it down. To this side like this. I'm going to rotate it. If you see there's a rotation like that. Good. If you rotate it, that's better. And then I'm going to, I can just, in order for us to make it easy for me, I'm just going to get another transform node here. I get another transform node here. I can then move this one up like that. Yeah, somewhere around there. It's better. And then in this transform node, I can then increase the size a little bit. I can then take it up to somewhere around here. Good. And here I can add a drop shadow shift, drop shadow, add a drop shadow. I just leave the settings like that, and I'm going to shift the transform here. I'm going to add glow to this text. Glow. Just going to reduce the glow and increase the glow size. All right, cool. If you remember, if you look at it, you see that we have an opacity animation for the hue. So go to frame 90, go to the mesh that has hue text, that's mesh 14, keyframe the blend and take it down to 0. Go to frame 88 and take the blend value all the way up to 1. So if you go ahead, you see that, go to the mesh that has the money, that is mesh 15, and we're going to keyframe the blend value, take it down to 0, go 1 frame forward and take it all the way up to 1, so it's going to appear at this level. Now we're going to add a transform node to this text, to this entire. So we're going to get a transform node, connect this transform node to this one, and we're going, in the transform node, we're going to go to frame 110. We're going to keyframe this X, this position here, and go to frame 77. I'm going to keyframe it again. I'm going to take it all the way down, but make sure you're viewing this. I'm going to take it all the way down. If you take it all the way down, you're going to see, okay, right there. And then if I go back, good, we are here. and then we go back down again to around frame 131. So we go back again. Good. So if we select our mesh node and we go into spline, we're going to see that, and we're going to hit S and smooth things out. You can just make this one let it to be like that. So if we play it from here, good. So we are now, if you look at it, always remember you need to add motion blur to this transform, like around 6 8. If you don't have a good PC, you can just leave that for later on, but I've turned on motion blur so it cannot affect our tutorial. You see it's motion blur at frame 29. We need to connect this one. Need to connect this one here at frame 29. Go back to this transform node, keyframe it, and we go to where it comes to the center, maybe around, we're going to around frame 140. I'm going to take it all the way, make sure we're viewing this one here. Frame 140, we're going to take it all the way down. You could just type 0.5 here, and it's going to boom, it's going to work. So at that level, now when this rectangle appears, I'm going to keyframe the angle of this. So the rectangle appears around frame 135. So in this transform node, I'm going to keyframe the angle. So because if you look at it, the angle changes to by 90 degrees till frame 165. So we're going to keyframe it by just type minus 90 degrees here, and you have that. Yes. So if we take our transform now in transform node 2, we'll take our if we select our transform node, take it to spline, and so we need to smooth this out again. Good. We can then uncheck that one, leave under the angle, zoom to fit, select or hit S. Make sure you smooth that out to give it. In order to create this black background like this, we're going to there's something we have to do, because if we see, if we leave, we have to come back to a clear background. So what we have to do is, I'm going to take this, let's create a background first. Let me take this to the side. I'm going to get a background node, get a rectangle mask, and the rectangle mask, I'm going to connect it and then connect it to the background. So in this rectangle, I am going to get a transform node here. We're going to see why we need a transform node here. So this is, we're going to go to where you see how the transform the background turns to. So we're going to keyframe the blend value, not the blend value. We're going to come here to this rectangle, and then we're going to increase the reduce the height to 0 and keyframe that. We're going to increase the width to about maybe a very big number, 3. Good, so I can rotate and cover it, rotates and covers everything. So if we go around from 165, we can then increase the height value. Now you're going to realize that it's you're going to realize that it's clipping here. Come to the background, go to image, uncheck auto resolution, and take it all the way up. Boom, it's going to solve the problem. The next thing, let's just do some housekeeping here. That's what we have got. So we have that. Good. We have the same thing. Okay, so next thing we have to do is get that separate. So let's come back here. We're going to, or we can put it here anywhere you want. Let's just, no, let's go get a text from here. Control C, Control V. The text you're going to write that. You're going to paste another text, Control V, and in that text you're going to write separate. So everything, when you're aware, since we are creating a new scene, I'm going to get the background note. One of my background notes, this one and this one. We don't know what we can need here, so I'm just going to turn the alpha value down to 0. In this text, I'm just going to take it here and make sure this text is where I want it to be. So I'm going to take it to this side and move it up here. Good. And this one, move it up to the side. All right. I'm going to change the color to white. Good. So if you look at it, you see that there is an opacity animation for the text for both of these text. So go to frame 180 and in this blend, for me it's blend 19. Take the opacity, keyframe the opacity and go back to frame 173. Take the blend down to 0. Then go to this one, starts around frame 170, blend 18, keyframe the blend value, go to 166, take it down to 0. And if you connect it, now we have to, at this level we have to increase our rectangle. So our rectangle is okay. So let's go to our rectangle. At frame 185, we are going to take the height value all the way to it covers something like that here. So if we take our rectangle to the spline, we're going to have something like that. I'm going to hit S and just make a little bit. So we have good. Good. The next thing we want to do is see it moving this way. See, there's an opacity on animation for both texts. So this text is not supposed to be here. We're just going to come to this merge down here. That's mesh 20. We're going to look for where to keep. We're going to, let's just go to 195. Go to frame 195 and keyframe the blend value and go to where it's from 105 and take the blend down to 0. So we have this. Yes, so we have this. So the next thing we have to do is, if you look at it, it moves the same with, remember we added a transform node for this rectangle here. We're going to come to where it starts moving. That's frame 185. We're going to keyframe maybe the center X and the angle. So if we do that, we're going to then go to maybe frame 110. We're going to rotate it like that and then take it to this, take it to this. Oh yeah, remember it's here. Now you see that we have to, if we come here, we need to come here to a clean screen. It's to, this thing does not appear here. So we have to, in order for us to achieve that, we're just going to get this thing, disconnect it from here, take it up get another background node, turn the alpha value down to 0, and then connect this one to this one, the background, and then connect it this way. Yes, so now we can come to where, let's just remember that we are at frame 210. So we can now come to where the background, okay, maybe let's go to frame 180, and at frame 180 keyframe the blend value, go one frame backward, keyframe it again, go to frame 180 and take the alpha value down, the blend value down to 0. So if you play it now, boom, we come to a clean, you see what we're doing. Good. But you realize that the text, this text is not moving. This text has to move with this transform. So we're going to come down here into this merge node here. We're going to disconnect this one from here. We're going to disconnect this from here. Hold down shift. Yes, you hold down shift. Take it all the way up. In order for us to connect this without having a problem, I'm just going to quickly do some housekeeping here before we continue, so just stay with me. So I'm done with the housekeeping. I'm just going to get a background node, connect it to this one, and then connect it and merge, connect it to this merge node here and take it down. But if you could do the connection like I've done, you're going to realize that your text has a problem. It's going to have this problem here. So you're just going to come to this merge node and change the angle to 90. You're just going to change the angle to 90, and you fix that issue. Good. So you see, and then if you look at it, you go to this transform, it has to kind of like come to the side. Make sure you're moving the y value, because good, yeah, all good. So here you're going to realize, then you see that mediocrity comes in. So you just get a text smooth, change the font to whatever font you like. I'm still going to use Helvetica at bold. I'm going to change the font color to this one. I'm going to increase the size like that. I'm going to take it all the way, going to connect it here, make sure I'm reading that. Why can't I see the text? I haven't written anything. Mediocrity. I'm just going to reduce the size of this thing. Reduce the size of this thing. But somewhere around there, I'm going to add a transform node to this one. At the end, I'm going to make sure I add every motion blur to every transform node, because so I'm going to, at this level, I think I'm going to, here I'm going to keyframe x, center x, and the angle, and then I'm going to come to, okay, frame 188. I'm going to take it out of the way like this. I'm just going to add a little bit of rotation to it and take it out of it. Take that to spline, so to fit S, same thing. Good. And if we go to the last part, we're going to get a excellence. So I'm going to get another, we're just going to control this one, control C, control V. Here I'm going to write excellence, and in the transform I'm going to remove the keyframes. Now I'm going to go back to this transform and make sure that I am Okay, wait. Frame 110. Okay, it starts moving again from frame 110 and it moves to frame 140. Okay, so to frame 140. Yes, it's going to move like this, and I'm going to just set the angle to 0 and make sure it moves out. Good. Before we forget, let's take this to spline. So at frame 120, you need to take it all the way back again. So till around frame 125, 120, let's say 126, we take it back out of the screen like that. So if we take this into spline, a lot of keyframing here. So I'm going to now connect this one. Excellence. I'm just going to change the color. To something. Let's see the color they used. Okay. And so frame 240, keyframe the size, the center X, and go to where it starts. That's about from 227 and take it out of the screen like that. So good. That's all. And if you want this black background here, you can just get a background mode here, and where does it come in? At frame 157, keyframe the blend value, go one frame forward, keyframe the blend value, take the blend value down to 0, so you have that. Good. No, I should do the reverse. Take the blend value down to 0, then go one frame forward, take the blend value up to 1, so you have that. Boom. So now I'm just going to quickly make sure that I smoothen all the curves and I turn on motion blur for all the animation, for all the transform. We are going to see the final product of our animation. So if I go back to my edit page, I'm going to reduce the playback. So let me play it and we see the final result of our animation.
Great offers deserve great edits. Edits that generate you money. Great edits are the border that separates mediocrity with excellence.
And play it again.
Great offers deserve great edits. Edits that generate you money. Great edits are the border that separates mediocrity with excellence.
If you made it up to this point, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.